When we think of school sports, we tend to think of things like soccer, basketball, football, baseball. Fencing probably doesn't come to mind immediately.
But Clawson Middle School is launching a new program to help grow the sports following. Casey Hollins explains that they're now pushing to turn fencing into a varsity sport.
Behind me is a school cafeteria, a pretty unlikely venue for a fencing tournament, but it is pretty appropriate given what the organizers are hoping to accomplish with it.
An effort to introduce the sport of fencing to the greater Clawson area, because we're going to have a fencing club at the middle school come the fall.
School Board Vice President Thomas J. Reed Jr. put Wednesday night's tournament together with a simple goal in mind.
There are no public schools that I know of in the area, or Michigan for that matter, that have a fencing program. So it's a chance for parents to come in and look at it, see what the sport looks like if their kids were to do it.
Kids like 13-year-old Eris Joe. 4 years ago, he had some pretty unique inspiration to take up this Olympic sport.
I was just reading this book on the Civil War, and it said this general was trained in fencing from a young age. I didn't know what this was, so I just asked my mom about it. She said she just saw an ad about like a fencing club. She asked if I wanted to check it out.
Joe says he's played lots of other sports, but none of them are anything like fencing.
Like other sports are kind of like pure physical power, but fencing is more like a mental thing. It's like playing chess, but also exercising yourself at the same time.
Reed says the sport of fencing makes sense in a middle school setting.
As we went through a strategic planning here in the district, I realized that it kind of dovetailed with some of the things that we were trying to achieve in the classrooms. In the end, my goal is to have a tournament probably against Renaissance Fencing Club, which is just over here in Troy. There's also another club in Livonia.
And Reed says he's hoping this is just the beginning.
My goal is to have a successful 2 or 3 years where we have some kids that are then in the high school that are prepared to form a team pretty on the spot. And yes, I do plan on approaching some other schools as we go along, work out some kinks, and we can prove to them that it works.
For more information on Clawson Middle School fencing, visit our website, WXYZ.com. In Clawson, Casey Hollins, 7 Action Sports.